Okay, I think that might have been one of the fastest times I ever got all of my social media stuff done. That was so quick. Also, Kit Kat, hi, how you doing? Wow, yeah, that was like a minute. Whoa, so fast, so fast. I hope you're having a good day, Kit Kat. Hi, how you doing? Oh my god, we had the fastest day. Oh dear. Right, so the plan today is we're going to be cutting out everything for the cape. The reason I'm not going to go any further than cutting out is I do technically have a migraine right now. It's mild, it's on its way out, but it is there. And I didn't want to postpone the stream or say that we're not having the stream today because this is already like a postponed stream from Tuesday. But I do I do have like a mild outgoing migraine. Oz, hi, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day. So I'm like, ooh. Mainly I'm just like a bit tired. So like I also might hit overtired during this stream. So basically, whenever I have migraines, I often forget, but on stream I will hold myself accountable. No cooking, no anything that could put myself in danger, like sewing on a machine. Things where my perception might be involved, and there's also like hot and or, dangerous sharp objects. I don't put myself in the way of them because that's where I've had the majority of my injuries over the last 3 years is doing stuff like that when I have migraines. Sean, hi, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Or like morning or evening. Early stream, yeah. So yeah, that's why we don't sew when I'm either just about to have a migraine or just coming out of a migraine, or if I've taken my migraine medication. Any of those, we don't sew because I think the only time in the last 3 years where I've sewn through my finger was when I was having a migraine. All of the scars on my hands are migraine related, not like because that's when I injure myself. They're all just like, I don't realize that I am injuring myself. Like my reaction speeds are like that of a turtle, and it's just not a safe place to be. And I don't want to injure myself on stream. I don't want anyone to worry about me, and it's just better not to. Like, I'm not really that bad right now. You can probably tell, like, if you've ever seen anyone with a migraine, like, this is not how they act. It really is on its way out. Like, it's so mild at this point, but it's just not worth the risk. So yeah, this is what we do. We just play it real safe because the last thing I need is any more burns, sewing related injuries. I don't want to lose the end of any more of my fingers. And we're just gonna cut things out today, and that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. See, we did. Where's Ripley? Hi. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to sewing stream. Yeah, I'm usually completely out of it when recovering from a migraine. I'm pretty good because most of my migraines happen at night. So the next day, I'm normally just overtired, which again is probably where we're going to hit during this stream. I've got caffeinated tea. I never normally drink caffeinated tea. These are treats for only when I'm recovering from migraines. Like, ooh, caffeine. Amazing. It tastes the same, but I know that it's got caffeine in it. Did I take my Teparamate? Yeah. So I'm probably going to be having... I'll also go to my main camera so you can see my desk. There it is. But yeah, probably going to be having a few more than usual. For those who don't know, again, I'm making it abundantly clear because I'm trying to be like quite open about what's happening with my migraines because it is having a physical effect on the body. I've lost a ton of weight on a really short amount of time, but I'm not in any danger. It is because of Teparamate, and we've talked through it with my doctor, and we're lowering the Teparamate dosage for a short amount of time to try and get me to gain that back, and then go back up to the regular dosage. But during this time, I'm probably going to have more migraines than I would usually have, because we had got it down to like only having like 2 or 3 a week, which sounds a lot still, but like that was pretty good. But at the moment, I'm having a few more than usual, which is probably because we keep lowering the dosage to get me to gain weight back, because topiramate lowers your weight, or it can have an effect on your weight, and for me it definitely has, where the medication I was on before, which I think was Pizotofen, I gained weight on that one, and then this one, to topiramate, I've dropped so much. I've dropped, I think, 2 stone in about, like, less than 6 months, but I think it was close to, like, 3 or 4 months, which it is a crazy amount of weight to lose really, really quick, especially for someone of my size. So it is, and it's not due to anything else. I'm eating my regular amount of food. Now I'm eating a lot more. But yeah, it is just because of the medication, and because the other medication had made me gain a bit, then this one makes you lose weight, so you end up fluctuating so much. But such a severe fluctuation was like, no, we really need to keep on top of that. So that's what we're doing by lowering the dosage, and then now my migraines are going up again. But that's how it is, and it just means we have to be a bit more safe when sewing. It's what it is. We would like a horn, we can do a horn. That's okay. Prepare, everyone. Genova, hi, hello, I seem to have wandered into here. Welcome. We are going to do some sewing in a second. I'm just having a moment to drink my tea and explain what be going on. Happy Light, hi! Honestly, we could do with some Happy Light. I'm doing okay. I'm having a bit of a wobbly morning, but I'm doing alright. We're going to be making, well, I say making, we're not going to be finishing anything today because we're not actually doing sewing. We're going to be cutting out a lot of things, but actually, I can show you, I've got 2 pieces of a pattern. Oh, also, I said I was going to order some fur online, and I have. And it came, and it's actually kind of nice. It's longer than the original fur, and I think I'm going to use this instead. Just because it smells a bit funky, because it's faux fur and it smells like plastic. But it's nice, and it's long, and it's really soft. So I think I'm going to use this for the capelet instead. So that's one thing. The other thing was, we've got these, which are patterns that I have printed and resized from the internet. Where are they? Oh. Well, I have ruined this one by putting something on top of it, but that's okay. This is the hood pattern, which I might add a piece to. And these are 2 bits for a capelet. Now, as you can probably tell, these are not from the same pattern. But I'll work it out. Are you having stomach pains? Are you taking some sort of medication like mood stabilizers? No. So it's not like anything like that. I take literally it is just topiramate for migraines. That is all that I take. And a triptan. I take sumatriptan. Or, you know, as in like for the really bad ones, because you can't take it really, really regularly. But I think it's twice a week I've been recommended. Which still probably sounds quite regularly, but for someone who used to have 5 migraines a week, twice a week. But yeah. Tea looks amazing. Can I get some, please? Oh, we did have. Do I have it so that I can offer you tea? We did have a command for that. I don't know. I think it's ick. Oh, is ick that I get a cup of tea? Nope, now I get... Oh, damn it, now I've got a cup of tea. You can ick yourself if you like. Holy cow, 5:40 a.m. I am awake. Good time of day, Gally. I hope you're having a good time. Can you play can you place mic a little closer? Almost perfect. There, how's that? Looks grand. It jogs on my sound like Harry Potter spells. I mean, I feel like most medications like that. I think actually it's like Topamax or something like that, but I always just refer to it as the medication name because people will have it different in different countries, and then when talking about something like migraines, I think it's better to go by the actual medication name because then people will be more likely to know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So how certain plastics can have an intoxicating smell. This one I think is okay. It's like not very strong, and it's only just come out of the bag as well, which probably hasn't helped. Before we like wear it, I'll probably hang the actual cape up somewhere. Oops. Yay! against migraine, I hope, but migraine sounds unpleasant. Yeah, I'm normally quite fortunate in that I'm very good with triptans. Some people have really, really bad reactions to them, and they're the ones that you can take when you have a migraine for it to go away. I have a really not negative reaction to them. Oh, I haven't changed the alerts! Oh no! Tab, thank you for hosting the stream. Bother. Oh, you know what? Bother it. We're just gonna have spooky alerts today. It's October. We're gonna have spooky alerts. I haven't done it. Oh, you can tell I was out of it this morning. Oh, Tab, thank you so much for hosting. That's very kind of you. Oh. Botox would be an option. So, Botox is if none of the medications work. Sorry, this is not for you, Dead. This is for anyone who doesn't know. Botox is like the next thing they offer, and it's not for your face to like make you look younger. They pop it into the back of your head in several points. Or say, I'll get to that in a second. They pop it into the back of your head. I think it's at like 30 something points, and it goes into a layer of your like just above your brain. There's like a layer there, and they put it into that, and it basically blocks the pain receptor there, and it will stop you having migraines. And that would have been the next step if topiramate didn't work for me. However, I've had a good reaction to topiramate, and I've told them that I have a good reaction to topiramate, and I do have a good reaction. So it is unlikely that I will be offered Botox. The only way that I would ever probably now get it is if I'd went for it privately. And I'll be honest, I'm not really looking to do that now because I've had a good reaction to both a triptan and and topiramate. So in England and Wales, it's slightly different. In England, you have to have negative experiences with 3 medications. In Wales, you have to have negative experiences with all 5 to be offered Botox as the next option. I believe that's the case. It might have changed, but it used to be in England, it was different to Wales. And because I live in Wales, I would have had to have failed all 5 types of medication, including the triptan. And I didn't. I have actually had good experiences with 2. I've had good experience with the triptan, and I've had a good experience with topiramate. So it's unlikely that that's ever going to be something that's offered to me. And I'm actually okay with that because I've had good experiences with the medication. And even with Botox, it is unlikely that you're ever going to go migraine free for the rest of your life. It's likely that you'll still get to a stage somewhat similar to me, which is that when I was not losing ridiculous amounts of weight, I would have, maybe 1 bad migraine a week and 2 that I could control with triptan. And the rest of the week I was fine. And that was good. I could deal with 1 bad one a week and the rest was fine because for years I'd had 5 bad migraines a week and it was unlivable. So that was fine. And with Botox, you could get to a similar state. And some people for sure do have it where they'd be absolutely fine, but I don't think that's necessarily a good goal to aim for, or because it's not necessarily everyone's realistic goal. So when you're looking at chronic migraine specifically. And chronic migraine is that you have more than 4 migraines a week. So yeah, that's kind of what it is. Right, I'm just going to get those horns done. Anyone who doesn't want to hear the horns, we're doing 10 and I'll give you a thumbs up when it's done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. That is your 10 horns. We got there. Oh dear. Oh. I'm gonna do my history project. Am I also ignoring it and talking in chat again? Fair enough, Kika. I hope that your history project goes really well. I like history. History was always those ones that I actually really enjoyed. But thank you for the lurk. Yes, exactly. Here in the States, they may offer a mix of topiramate and hydrocodone. Ooh, that's different. So here, they tend to offer it in order of, I think, how people react to it. So for me, I had amitriptyline first, which I actually had a really negative experience with. Most people wouldn't. I did. We know why I had a really negative experience of it. I had a really bad reaction. So So I basically immediately couldn't take that one. That's the only one I immediately couldn't take. But it meant that from the get-go, it was like, no to that one. So amitriptyline was the first one. Then it was propranolol? Oh, was it that one? Propranolol? Yeah. Which I tried for nearly 9 months, because they normally try 6 to 9 months on you, on each one. I got to 6 months, and I was having pretty bad side effects on that one. First of all, most of these will either make you gain or lose weight. I gained weight on that one. I also found that it was giving me a lot of gut issues. I won't go too much into detail. I was having a lot of gut issues with that one. Near where they were upping the dosage, I was also fainting a lot. And that kind of got to the point where we were having to remove me off that one because I was fainting a lot of it. Even though it was making me gain weight, I was also fainting a lot because I think it was lowering my blood pressure. So that one I had to come off. And then it was Pazotafen, which doesn't work for as many people, but basically has less side effects for most people. And Pazotafen didn't do anything bad to me except make me gain weight again. But it didn't do anything for me either. And so I tried that one, I think, for 3 or 4 months, and then I came off that one. Maybe a bit longer, actually, than that. That one didn't do anything bad for me, so it went quite quickly, but it didn't help either. And then they put me on Topiramate. Topiramate has horrible side effects when you're first going up it. Like, every single time they up the dosage, I got like a full checkup with that one. They were really careful with upping my dosage on that one. The others, they were just like, you're feeling alright, you're probably okay. Topiramate, they were careful. Real careful with that one. And yeah, we noticed pretty quickly I was losing weight. I do have other background conditions that would make me lose weight faster anyway, so we had to be super careful with this one. And when I started dropping weight really fast, we straight away went to the doctor because we knew there were several reasons why I could be dropping weight really, really fast. So it's likely to do with the trigger being Topiramate, but there could be other reasons why I'm struggling to gain it back. And it's nothing dangerous, it's nothing like, I don't want to say it's anything like that anyone would have to worry about, like I am eating. But I have other things playing against me, unfortunately, with this one, which is why we have to lower the dosage back, because my body is going to struggle to gain weight more than other bodies will necessarily. So we have to be really, really careful with it. But it does work. So it's going to be finding that balance where it's helping me and not hurting me. So yeah, it's been good. Really happy demeanor, it's pleasant to see. I think now that I've found something that does help, and also I've had to sacrifice other things in the past. Sacrifice is a horrible word, but like, I used to work a full-time job, and my migraines are triggered by overexertion. There were some jobs that I just couldn't do. Whereas now, I'm in a job where I don't work every single day, and I do shorter shifts when I do work, and I found that doesn't trigger migraines. I found that streaming, as long as I don't stream ridiculous hours, it doesn't trigger migraines for me. And, you know, at the moment I am having more, but that is because we've lowered the dosage, probably more than anything. So I'm kind of living a pretty good life, and I've had these migraines for years and years and years. So I've kind of feel like this is, even though 2020 is generally quite a bad year, for migraine-wise, the best year that I've had in a very long time. So it's quite easy to be positive. Also, Lilna, hi, how you doing? Also, I see a horn. Right, prepare, horn. So, Terp, we can't really, I don't think I can really talk about CBD on this channel because it's not something that's legal in a lot of countries. So it's not really something that, it goes against Twitch terms of service to talk about. Unfortunately, it's not something that I can really talk about. What I will say is the only things that work for me are Topiramate and Triptan. They are the only things that have worked. But I can't talk about anything else that isn't a legal drug in every country. Yeah. Shane, hi! How you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Propranolol. Yeah, I'm always a bit, because it's been years since I've tried it, I'm just like, I think it's propranolol. I hated that one. For me, that was horrible, but loads of people, I think that has like one of the highest success rates. And so I think also because I went into it so hyped about trying it, and then I got so disappointed. So I just had such feelings about that one. My bad side effects came mixing with my Ambien. It got really bad. I'm making sandwiches and I just leave the uneaten on the counter. I woke up feeding the cats Fruit Loops. the odd looks. I took out, oh my god. Picked my favourite, set them in bed overnight. Yeah. So I would say that I've also had similar experiences. Not exactly the same, but with so it's with forgetful. Not, I don't even want to call it forgetfulness, but like doing stuff that doesn't always make 100% sense, and that is again why I don't do sewing and why I don't do cooking and why I don't do stuff like that when I have any sort of migraine, because I just don't trust myself when I'm in this sort of state to not do something that could potentially put myself in danger. And that's why like I have all of these marks on like here, 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 lost the end of that finger. It's stuff like that because I have done stuff like that, and I don't realize that I'm in pain, or I don't realize that I'm hurting myself, and it's all been when I've had migraines and I've like left my arm on a hot surface and I'm just like, oh yes, that hurts, like a minute later, and it's got to the point where like some of these burns have been really bad and I've just not noticed, and it's not something that I'd ever do outside of having a migraine. So for people that don't experience them like that, I would be like, it's me, and then it's migraine me, and migraine me hasn't got a clue what they're doing. They're just like, they'll just sit in a room and we'll keep them there, and every now and again they'll try and be like, I'm gonna cook some food, and somebody has to put them back and say, no, stop. You're in danger, go back. Because I always have this thing where I'll try and cook when I have migraines, and I don't know why. I do not know for the life of me why I do this. It's very dangerous. And yeah, I forget to put on oven gloves, and I'll take hot stuff out of the oven and I'll burn myself. And it's stuff like that. I don't know why. I don't know why. I never make a sandwich. I'll always try and make like a 3-course meal. And I won't eat it. I have a migraine. I'm not gonna eat a 3-course meal. Drives me up the wall. But yeah, it's not, it doesn't feel like me. I would like to think that me is a bit more sensible than that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Fanana! Thank you so much for subscribing again. That's very, very kind. Oh, dear. And CSI, hi! Oh, dear. I see Pumpkaboo Lily May, hi! Yeah, we have Pumpkaboo. Sorry, I'm a bit behind on chat because I've just been ranting about migraines. Apologies, I will catch up now. You must have a pretty strong partner in life. Yes. So for those who don't know, I live with Shiny, and he has been with me for over 4 years. So like I've had migraines that whole time. And it's something where it's like oh yes. Poker, I'm so sorry. Thank you for the follow. To those who don't know, we have the spooky sounds on still because I forgot to change them this morning. Thank you so much for the follow. It's very kind. And Lily May, thank you for the follow as well. But yeah, so it would be very difficult for me to ever date without somebody. No, I mean, honestly, I couldn't hide it. Like, I'd be terrible. It'd be like, oh yeah, you want to go on a date? Sure. I'm a cancel though. I'm a cancel every 3 minutes. Oh, and we can't do like cinema or anything with flashing images. Oh yeah, it's like, you can't hide it. You can't hide when you're having migraines like every couple days. Like that's, no. It'd be a nightmare. So yeah, I'm very, very fortunate to have, well, I say I'm very fortunate, but like, I think we're both fortunate because I'm pretty cool too. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but like, I dressed as trash last month. Just putting it out there. Oh, wait, Trace, thank you for the follow as well. Oh dear. Oh, Shane, work sucked. I'm also 2 weeks straight with no day off. Shane, are you okay? That's very intense. Even if work was good, doing 2 weeks with no day off, that's a lot. Shayna, oh, sending best wishes, that's a lot. Also, CSI, hi, I hope you're doing alright. You seem to trigger ADHD while you're on the migraines. Yeah, so I'll go between 2 states. One is on, like, we have a mattress here. Sometimes people will ask about it, they'll be like, why do you have a mattress in your sewing room? And at first I'd be like, well, I stream on there sometimes, which is true. I do stream on there sometimes. But also it's been really useful to have a bed that's not in the bedroom, because I can block out all the lights in here. And then I can just sleep in this room because so often my migraines happen at night and I need somewhere that I can go that in the morning is going to be completely dark. So I sleep there. And it's just been a lot more convenient. And it's like a little quality of life thing that's just been top. So that's second bed. And you know what? Small goal. A bed in every room of the house sounds kind of nice. Except maybe the kitchen. I don't think I'd want to sleep in the kitchen. Or the bathroom. I don't think I want to sleep in the bathroom. Sounds horrible for you. Glad it was just from meds. Yeah. Miscommunication somewhere in the brain. Thank you, Fanana. I had a really bad migraine once and decided to try and clean my entire house and ended up way messy. I still have no idea how. You know what? Yeah. Feel it. Oh. So I want to cut out 2. I'll cut out 2 for now. And then I'll come back maybe and cut out the rest of them. Because I will actually need 4. It was like the nice combo of meds and yeah. Meds, I think to an extent, I don't know how it works in other countries, but if you're on more than just what you're on for, say, migraines, I kind of want my doctor to explain if they're gonna have some sort of overlap. I'm happy to bring it up and be like, hey, I'm also on this, for instance. Is there gonna be any overlap? Is this gonna make me feel like trash? I would like to know if I'm gonna feel like trash. Please tell me that I'm gonna feel like trash. Like, it's okay. I can maybe deal with it, but I'd like to know. It's so hard for people that don't have chronic illness to fully understand. Painfully yeah. It is, but also I feel like I can't expect it, you know? Like, that this is why, like, I'm happy to talk about it, and like if people have questions, I'm more than happy to answer, because my family, so in my family, a lot of people do have migraines, and up until I think I had my first migraine when I was 20. Up until then, I could never have understood it, right? But I saw them having migraines every day, and I knew it was bad. Well, not every day, but like I saw when they had migraines, I saw them, right? And so I knew it was bad. But I didn't understand, so, you know, you could sympathize but not empathize, right? And then I have it myself, and I'm like, oh, this is what it is, many, many years later. And I don't think that it's people don't want to sympathize, because they do. And I think more just asking questions, because I don't know. The wealth of knowledge that my family had of being like, try this, and you'll feel better, and they were right because they'd been through it, helps. It's just like a lot of little things that made me feel better that they said, and that was nice. I mean, a lot of it I worked out on my own, like, I don't want to be near anything that smells. It might smell like lavender. I don't want it near me. Get it away from me. That's why I probably couldn't have a bed in the kitchen. But then I go and make food. It doesn't make any sense to me. But then again, I'm not going to stand here and claim that me who has migraines makes any sense at all. The amount of times as well that I've woken up and said like absolute gobbledygook as well. Like, every now and again, I'll have people be like, yeah, you said this. It made no sense. Because I used to go to work with migraines. This was back when I was kind of in denial about what was causing my migraines. And I used to go to work with that. It takes a pretty cool person to dress as literal trash. Thank you. I agree with this. Got me dressed like trash. Heck yeah. We made a Garbador cosplay. And yeah. Winged, hi! How you doing? That's pretty normal to me. I hope you're having a good day. Oh, I'm glad you're doing well, CSI. Yes, it can be literally crazy. Yeah. My dad used to get migraines and it would cause him to lose speech of 4 to 5 hours. Yeah, so I'm pretty good most of the time. One of the first tells of when I'm getting a migraine, which I've been told can be an aura, but don't quote me on that, because that was not told to me by my neurologist, that was told to me by my GP. who, you know, is probably very, very knowledgeable as well, but I don't know that for sure, because they weren't sure of it either. They were like, I've heard, and I was like, okay, if this is by word of mouth, we'll continue this by word of mouth. But that sometimes if you get it at the beginning, because I sometimes have this like stutter that starts before my migraine, and it will sometimes continue into the beginning of my migraine, but it won't necessarily be there the whole time. Like, I'm fine now, but I'll get this stutter, and it's more like I just can't get my words out. Like, I know what I want to say. I'll be there like, pattern. Like, I know what I want to say, but I just can't say it. And so sometimes people will talk to me and they'll be like, you talked completely different yesterday. And I'm like, I know. I feel like trash today. But like, it's because I was about to have a migraine. And yeah, so the stutter that just starts. But it's like not quite a stutter. It's like a stutter, but like I know well, I guess people with stutter probably do know what they want to say, huh? I've never really had a stutter. I have a bed in my office too. Heck yeah. Beds everywhere. This is a lot of work coming from someone who works 18 hours, no sleep. Oh my god. 2 weeks crazy. Yeah, that's a lot. Really short staffed and I could use overtime money. I mean, that is a big paycheck, but Jesus. Also, Matrix, hi, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day. So I'm a bit behind in chat, so I'm just catching up. Honestly, I have no idea how disruptive migraines can be until I started tuning into the stream. Yeah, it's different because I didn't either. I mean, and this is the thing. People have migraines in my family. And until I started having them myself, I didn't realize. And that's really bad, right? That's bad. But I knew they could knock you out for a day or two. I did know that. Because I knew that the effects, even once they'd gone, you felt bad the day after, because it always felt like it looked like a mixture of like the worst headache and like food poisoning is what it always looked like to me growing up. Because I was probably like a young teenager when I saw my family having migraines, like for the most part. And that was what it looked like to me as someone who was looking on my family, right? And I was like, oof. And yeah, the next day as well, they'd often be like, maybe well enough to go back to work, but maybe not sometimes. Like they sometimes need an extra day, even though it wasn't peak migraine, to recover. I'm quite fortunate. I don't know if it's because I have them so regularly, but I'm often quite okay. This one started yesterday. I don't know where I mentioned it though, I've forgotten, I have to check. I fell asleep immediately after stream yesterday. So I re-raided, I ate something, I fell asleep. And then when I woke up, that's when I started to feel a bit. And so I've had this for a little while, but it wasn't super, super long. It did hit pretty hard, but it wasn't super, super bad. Compared to some of them, it's not been the worst. But I'm just having more of them more frequently at the moment. That's what's annoying. I've got used to the high life of having the medication that works, and so now that it's gone, I'm like, no, come back to me. I'm a night owl, and it's super hard to get in a dark room enough, so I may or may not occasionally sleep on a cot in the closet. Aww. Fainting couches in the bathrooms and kitchens. I mean, we have considered as well getting like something in, like when we have our own place, something in the shower, so that, because that's been one of the more difficult things. And I think that's not just necessarily me. One of the things I struggle with the most when coming out of a migraine is the ongoing dizziness, and that's a pain to deal with, and ongoing like head rushes and stuff like that, where I feel like I'm just like, ooh. And likelihood part of that is because it's difficult to eat when you have a migraine, or at least when I have a migraine, I really struggle to eat during it. I'm not someone who's like a really sicky person, but I do get some level of nausea, and so it is tricky for me to eat while having a migraine. And I also really hate the smell of food. that makes it a bit tricky too. But yeah. Oh Jesus. Mason, thank you so much for spinning for another month. That's very, very kind of you. Oh dear. Hello, sorry I've not been around much lately. Work has been crazy. Oh my god! More work. People be busy. Oh my god. No, that's fine, honestly. Never feel like you have to turn up. It's very much appreciated. Everyone's working so hard. I hope you're all taking some breaks, except for, of course, yeah, Shane. I hope the paycheck is worth it, man. so many meds that I get scared when people see my web stomach. Aww. I mean, I'm quite fortunate in many ways, again, because like some of the base stuff works for me, that when I can be on it, it's not too bad. I mean, there are times you go through such a range where it's like you try everything and it's like you do feel like sometimes you're gonna wake up and rattle a bit, but right now I'm not at that point, which is nice. Oh, over here the job of apocryphy to double check and explain any possible side effects from medication combos. Yeah, I feel like that should be something that happens. I do kind of try to ask when I'm at the doctor's, be like, hey, I'm on this already. Is this gonna have any effect on any of the others? And they're normally very good. I'm nothing that I'm on really generally has any effect on anything else, because it's pretty mild. So I'm pretty good most of the time. And they'll normally be like, no, you'll be fine. But I do check because I'm like, if it's gonna make me feel ill, I just want to know. But if it's gonna have any severe effects, like best to check. So those overtime checks are nice, but sadly no overtime for me. I play poker and resell for a living. Oh, so but to be fair, you get out what you put in usually. Okay, fair enough. That's an interesting one. That is not a job that I hear much about. Huh. Apocryphy sounds so much cooler than pharmacist. Yes, it does. Also, hi Lasso. It does sound so much cooler. Remember when I first had migraine oil when I was 9, I thought it looked so cool, and then it was just pain. Chronic vestibular migraines are great for me. Vestibular migraines is not one that I know as much about. Also, hydrate. I'm gonna hydrate with this if this is okay, because this has caffeine in it, which is, weirdly enough, kind of been good for my migraines. Oh, Inez, have I got hair of somebody else? I'm actually going to be putting some more pink in the ends now that they faded a little bit. So I might end up bubblegum pink. Not on purpose, but we shall see. My hair is a project that I am working on. And a horn? We can do a horn. I'm sorry, I'm behind on chat. Like the movie Rounders. I've not seen the movie Rounders. I've been surprised if you're somewhat more resilient to migraines because you have them so often. The human body is amazing at adapting. It to an extent, it wouldn't surprise me. I remember when I was first having them, I honestly didn't even realize they were migraines. Because I think, to me, seeing my sister, for instance, and my mum having them, I was like, I have a very clear image of what a migraine is. It's this, 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 and this. And some of the symptoms that I was having with my headaches, I'm calling them headaches because at this point I didn't realize they were migraines. So I was like, these are headaches, these aren't migraines. Because I'm not having all of these symptoms, like I'm not being ill, for a starter. And to me, migraines equals being ill. You have to be ill to have a migraine. That was what I thought. And that wasn't me. And like, yeah, sometimes it would make me feel ill, but like, I would never be ill. And so I was like, oh, it's just that level of pain. It's just because I'm in so much pain that I feel ill. And that should have been a bit of a warning sign, I think. With the headache being so bad that it made me feel ill. But yeah, no, I was in like such denial that they were migraines. And the other thing, because it hit me when I was like 20, and I was like, this is not the age you get migraines. No, it's not migraines. But it is quite a common age to get chronic migraines. So yeah. When I went to the doctors and they were like, we think you have migraines, I was like, no. I don't think so. And then I did start to get a few other symptoms. I have a lot of like sleep related stuff. For those who can't tell by the fact that I do just randomly fall asleep everywhere. A lot of sleep related stuff. Not so much insomnia, more like the opposite, where it's like I just fall asleep in places. And so I was like, this is weird. I'm getting all these headaches and I can't stop falling asleep. And they were like, no, I'm pretty sure it's migraines, and I think maybe there is some stuff going on with this. Have you considered it could be migraines regarding like, and you might have them being triggered by some stuff to do with sleep? And I was like, no. But because of the stuff with the sleep, they were like, we're going to send you to a neurologist quite quickly. So I was very fortunate in that I saw someone quite fast. Normally, you have to go through all the medications before you even see a neurologist, which is like a brain doctor. And I saw someone really, really quickly. I saw someone within the first 6 months of me having my first migraine. which is super fast, which means I got a diagnosis, like a formal diagnosis like that. Most people, it takes years. I was very fortunate. Caffeine being good against migraines isn't that odd at all, though. Caffeine pills for that. Yeah, this is, yeah. I remember it wasn't even like my close family. I remember, again, there's a lot of people in my family that have migraines. It's really common. It was, I think, one of my grandparents that was like, "Have you tried caffeine?" And I was like, "What do you mean? No, I don't drink any caffeine," specifically because I was like, I don't want to trigger migraines. And they were like, "No, when you're having a migraine, try caffeine." And I was like, but yeah, no, it does help. It does. What about breakfast? Some eggs, biscuits, and mushrooms. Eggs, biscuits, and mushrooms? Oh, I'm thinking like bourbons. That's not the right kind of biscuits, is it? For breakfast today, I didn't manage to eat very much. Just putting it out there. I had a few crackers. So like some plain crackers. I couldn't really eat much more than that today. I'm gonna try and eat a bigger lunch because I'm hoping by then I'll feel a bit better. But today, normally I would eat a really big breakfast before streaming because I do quite a long stream ideally, but today that was not the case. It's like that sometimes, but today was not the case. Narcolepsy. I do not have any sort of formal diagnosis for that. So I don't think so. I don't believe so. I think it is just that I have a few symptoms in the sleep department. I am a sleepy lady. At the moment, I probably only fall asleep in public like twice a week. It's always on trains as well. But I'm a sleepy person. I fall asleep a lot. I fall asleep after most streams. But I'm either like, I have a lot of energy and then I'm like straight asleep. But this is the thing. I don't necessarily struggle a lot with daytime drowsiness unless I've had a migraine. I'm generally pretty high energy, which isn't a great symptom it's not a common symptom of narcolepsy, but I do fall asleep a lot, and I do fall asleep during the day a lot. I also fall asleep at night very easily, even if I've fallen asleep during the day. I do fall asleep in public. I do just fall asleep. I'm a sleeper lady. I like sleeping. But I have only, and we've spoken to a neurologist about this, and he's been like, you sleep a lot! But to get a diagnosis of that, you have to go through a sleep test. And I haven't had that, so there is no way for me to have that diagnosis. And I'm honestly quite happy not to have that diagnosis, because right now, that's not something that I can get anyway. And even if I did get that diagnosis, I don't think there's any way for me to be on the medication or any sort of medication for that while being on my migraine meds. So it's like, it doesn't really affect me that negatively. I'm fine with it. It doesn't upset me too much. Again, I have a good support system. People are very used to me being a sleepy lady. And it doesn't surprise anyone, I don't think. Like, if I fall asleep next to someone, they're like, oh, there she goes. Or they'll be like, are you falling asleep? And I'll be like, no, I would never. But yeah, I don't think it's a big problem for the most part. Because of the lifestyle that I already have because of my migraines, it's not a huge issue in my life. And it's not like I'm falling asleep every 2 seconds either. It's just every now and again. Also, this one, I need to do twice against the back. Yeah, I'm just sleepy. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with being sleepy. I think most of the time we think that it's just more likely that I have a more sleepy disposition. Or it could just be that I'm exhausted all the time because I always have migraines. I mean, this is also a very realistic possibility. Because, if you had a migraine most days, would you maybe not be a little bit tired? Maybe. Because I can't really blame my body for being a little bit sleepy when it has migraine so often, you know? Like, I gotta give it a break. It's kind of tiring. I'm also a pretty hyperactive person, so I don't really give it a break. Update time? No. Remind me later. You were thinking it was hot flashes and mixing the two. I think it was hot flashes? Oh no. You went on Diagon Alley to find specialists for the diagnosis. You're lucky to a sense I struggled to fall asleep. You need to undergo sleep apnea. So I do have some very specific things which I haven't talked about on this channel as far as some of my diagnosis to go with migraines. I want to talk about it at some point. I am not going to talk about it right now. It's difficult because it's got a lot of stigma around it, and that's why I haven't talked about it. But it is to do with my migraine diagnosis. It sucks because I really want to talk about it because I want to be more open about migraines and stuff like that, and it is to do with my migraine. But I've talked about it with a couple people, and I don't think it's a good idea to talk about just yet, because I worry that as soon as I mention it, it's going to be like bad. So I have that. Yeah, I'll just leave it at, yeah, there are some elements of me having migraines that I haven't mentioned, and I as far as I'm concerned, I get through them absolutely fine, and like I'm fine with them, but I worry that other people would take it badly, even though they are in fact my migraines. I mean, it says it in the title, migraines, not your grains. But yeah, I'll probably talk about them at some point because, you know, it was my goal for 2020 to be more open, but that particular element, it's been really difficult to be open about because of the stigma around it. And I guess that's kind of the thing with stigma, isn't it? It makes it tricky to be open about things. But I'll get there eventually. I think also because when I do talk about it, I have to explain it quite intensely, and I just, you know, when I'm having a migraine, it's probably not the best time to do that. It's like a time where I'm just like already like, ugh. Not the time. You might help. What might help is liquid food like a smoothie. Yes. So we've actually got things like smoothies, high calorie drinks, stuff like that, to try and, on days like today where I'm struggling to eat more, just, it's difficult because some of them smell quite strong, but just get more calories into me in general. But you are right, that sort of thing does help a lot. It does just get me eating something, even though it's a drink. It gets calories in me, it gets vitamins in me, because ideally I want to be eating more than I should be eating normally to try and gain weight. So every time I have a migraine like this and I can't eat even just breakfast, it feels like it sets me back. So yeah, you're right, that is the best thing for me to be doing, and that is exactly what we do. And we try and spice it up a little bit by like changing it around, because otherwise it is just I drink smoothies. Like sometimes we make them ourselves, sometimes we buy them. You know, mix it up a bit. Oh, sleepy maybe. I only sleep 23 hours a day when I have a migraine. I do mainly sleep. I sleep, or I like, you'll find me just like randomly trying to leave and do stuff that is not good, or speaking gobbledygook, because like I struggle with smells, I struggle with sounds, and I can't do bright light, so I can't really listen to anything either. So I'm just like, where is distraction? There is no distraction. So yeah, I just am for a while. Sexually to have a high libido, maybe. That is not what it is. Oh dear. It's nothing like that. No, it is to do with migraines. That's kind of what I wanted. Like this, again, like I just wanted to be a bit more open about it this year, but like because it has had such a big impact on costumes and stuff like that, and like me making stuff, it's been tricky. A lot of the time, it's quite tricky to get up and make stuff, and I love making stuff. Making stuff is like my passion, but it's tricky sometimes to get up and do stuff when your body's like, heck no, you don't make stuff. That's not what you do. Not today. But yeah, that's kind of tricky. Migraines, not your grains. Should you want to talk about it? My team's always open. I think I'm pretty open-minded, so don't worry about scaring me away. I think when I do talk about it, I will probably get a few people, like a few of the mods in the chat, just be like, just to make you aware, this is what we're going to talk about, because again, it is something so stigmatized. It's got to, yeah, that there probably will be people that will be like, it's not that I think anyone would be trying to comment about it in a bad way necessarily, because I, you know, again, I'm making assumptions, but the people that I speak to in chat are absolutely lovely, generally. I feel like I've been very fortunate in that the people that have gathered here have just been very sweet. But, you know, it's more just, I think it unlikely that there'll be too many other people suffering with this particular symptom because of migraines. But if there are, I don't want the questions that could occur because of it, which I am happy to answer myself, to upset anyone else. There you go. That's probably the best explanation I can give. Because they won't probably upset me, because I'm genuinely quite happy to talk about it. Like, my friends know that I suffer with the symptom. Most other people know. But yeah, it's just, I'm with most of the symptoms of migraines, it's like, you can kind of talk about them, ask questions about them, and it's probably not going to upset anyone. This one it might. And I just generally don't want to upset anyone by questions being asked that could upset anyone. But then how do you spread, like, you know, yeah, I hope that you understand, because I understand that I am also pretty bad at explaining things, and I am also recovering from a migraine, and I realise I keep using that as an excuse. But I'm not going to get better at explaining things. Migraine brain doesn't make better at explaining. Good vibes through and through. Oh, yeah. Only positive. And to be fair, again, like, I do feel like I've got very fortunate in that, obviously we get the odd person pop in and say something odd, but like, the majority of the people that stay have been like, chill. Like, super chill and lovely and sweet and just like, down to joke around and have a good time. And it's like, that is great. Good laughs, good chill times. That's good. That's a good. Also, I think I can only fit 2 pieces of hood from this, which is okay. Because I might do the inside of the hood out of a sparkly fabric. I was thinking that would be kind of cute. Because I have got this cool sparkly fabric that I've been thinking that it would be cute somewhere, but I don't know exactly where it is. And now that I don't have enough hood fabric, I guess that's where this is going to be. Although I do also think that this hood is not going to be quite large enough. It's going to be big enough to cover my head, but I think it might make me look like an egg. So I'm going to make the hood bigger. I know it looks big, but hoods aren't big. They look big, but they're not big. And this is probably going to make me look like an egg. So we're gonna make it a bit bigger. We're gonna add like a strip that goes, I think, just around here to make it a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. Darksider, hi! How you doing? I hope you're doing good. Possibility of certain smells being the root of your strong migraines. I don't think so. Again, I'm in a very fortunate position in that I have spoken to a lot of specialists already. We've done, the headache journals for a long time. I hate headache journals. But again, for those who don't know, I feel like as soon as you start getting migraines, they like, keep a journal so you can try and find your triggers. My triggers have been very clear from the beginning, but I kind of ignored them for a long time because I didn't really want that to be the trigger. Whenever I do something that physically overexerts myself, that's when I get a migraine. So even it could just be standing and walking for a long time, it's likely that will give me a migraine. Carrying the shopping home, that will give me a migraine. Which are like useful things to be able to do in everyday life. But stuff like that would like consistently give me migraines. That's why, like if I have a migraine and like I look at a screen for a long time, that generally doesn't help. But normally it's not the trigger. The trigger would be things like, like stuff where I'm like really physically active. So, and just to make people aware as well, like I have been to an osteopath. I've had people look at my joints, things like that, and my muscles. Nothing wrong with them there. They're all good. So it's not like I have tension. It is just unfortunate that if I get too tired, I get a migraine. And because I'm a sleepy person, I get tired very, very, very quickly. And so what might not tire somebody out regularly will probably tire me out very quickly. And so it's very easy to give me migraines, whereas it wouldn't necessarily be very, like, carrying the shopping home might make someone like, oh, that was a bit tiring, but I can keep going with my day. Whereas for me, carrying the shopping home will wipe me out and then I'll have a migraine. And that's the, And it was something that I really didn't want to admit for a very, very long time because it made me feel absolutely useless. Like, not gonna lie, it sucked. But you find ways around it, and like I can still go to the shops and help, but I just can't do the carrying of the shopping home. And it's like, you know, I can still do stuff like that. I can still go to work, I just have to limit the amount of hours that I do work a day. And, you know, I can do stuff like this. It's just limiting, like, for instance, when we did a 12-hour stream, that made me pretty ill. But, like, streaming less than 6 hours seems to be a good balance. And I'm not physically doing anything. But yesterday, for instance, I fell asleep straight after the stream. That should have been a good warning sign that I was maybe a little bit tired. And that doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it's normally a good indication that I'm probably a little bit sleepy. And I should probably go to sleep. It's going to be a bit thick. I'm going to put that behind me. There goes people filling up at a Chinese buffet. He carelessly grabs a handful of egg rolls in his hand and places them in his jacket pocket. That just upsets me. Who does that? No. No. You put egg rolls in your pocket. They're greasy. No. Oh, also, I've cut a bit extra of this fabric. I'm just going to trim off the excess because I can see that I've cut it with a fold in it. That's not good. Let's cut off the excess there. It's okay. It's just a bit of a pain. We don't need that. It's going to confuse me later on. There we go. Oh. Admitting there's something wrong with yourself is the hardest part with any illness. Yeah, it's a bit different. I mean, I say it's a bit different. It's very different. But like, I think somebody put it to me like it's almost go through like a grieving process. But like for the things that you can't do for yourself, in that like, you know, I could no longer easily go to the shops and pick up all the shopping that I wanted for myself. And I was not happy with that because it felt like it took away some of my independence. But you kind of work around it. You work around it. You work around it and find the things that like you can still do that make you feel happy. So it's like, well, okay, I can't go to the shops anymore and do the weekly shop on my own because that makes me sick. And being home, having a terrible, terrible migraine, that's not helpful for anyone, and it's especially not helpful for me. But hey, I know what I'm pretty good at. I'm pretty good at remembering the shop. So I can go with the person doing the shop and help them. I just can't carry it back. And that's a good middle ground. I mean, at the moment I can't because we're in lockdown. But like, normally I could do that. And that would give me that sense of still being very useful in the situation. And, you know, having a nice chat with the person who's helping me do the shop. But not putting myself in a situation where I have to make myself ill to feel useful. And there's been a lot of situations where it's been like that. I will say it's actually probably made me a more social person because I've had to rely on other people more. That's been kind of nice, but it's also in many ways, it did for a while make me feel very isolated. That's part of the reason why I started streaming in the first place, was because there were so many situations where I was like, I don't feel like it's as easy for me to leave the house anymore because, you know, there are things that will cause me to have migraines that I don't want to trigger because then I feel like I'm just out and useless. But I want to go out and do things. Tricky. And especially since I'm a chatty person and I like to talk. It's like, I still want to be talking with people. I want to chat, but I can't. Because I can't go out, and that's where you go out to talk to people. So how do I talk to people and not be triggering migraines? And this felt like a good middle ground where I could still chat and talk to people, but not make myself ill. And luckily, as long as I don't stream for too long, this seems like a pretty good middle ground. I mean, it's not going to work for everyone because not everyone's migraines are triggered by the same sort of things. But for me, it's been a pretty good one. It's been pretty good. Oh, Jesus Christ, I hit my mic. Oh, dear. I'll hydrate! Okay, I shall drink some more caffeine. Got it. Triggers a lady whom asks where the location of every food on the menu is from. For example, are those crisps from the north or down south from the coast? Remembering the hardest part of the shop, carrying the shopping team right there. Yeah, this is the thing, like, you have one person on remembering the shop, because, like, I do a lot of the cooking in the house, so it's like, I know what I want. But I can't carry the shopping bags, right? So it's like it's a team. And Sparkdolls, hi, how you doing? Mostly AFK because I have to do panning on the floor. Panning on the floor? What are you? Okay, no, you're AFK. That's fine, that's fine. I won't ask you what you're making. But that sounds, when you're panning on the floor, it means you're making something big, so I hope that it's doing well. Lastly, I'm making a shopping list, but always forgetting to grab them because I leave my apartment. That's one of the things. Every now and again, I'll go downstairs and I'll see a shopping list and I'll be like, a mistake was made today. Have you tried using one of those wheels on bags? We have a wheel on bags, because we wouldn't be able to do the shopping without it. But even using the wheel on bags, unfortunately, because it is quite a walk, it's quite a walk, it's a no. But we have got them. We got a wheelie trolley and it's cute and I like it a lot. I still love it. I still love the wheelie trolley. But yeah. With a small shop I can use it, but for like the weekly shop, it's not. It's not, unfortunately, any good. It was a good idea though. We did do it. We did that I think 2 or 3 years ago. And it was a good idea. Triggers a lady standing on a produce bar. You pass by and you notice her pluck all the great. She's not gonna pay for that part since it's not edible. Oh no, that is sad. That would, I would be like, excuse me, no. It's rude. You're still here. Okay. I was like, I don't want to bother you if you're AFK, but I am curious. Luckily, my migraines went away as getting older. I had them a lot when I was 12 to 16. Yeah, that's like a lot of my family. If they don't have more consistent migraines, like what I have, it's like around that age where they had them. Although a few of them got them as they got older as well. It's difficult because there's so many different types of migraine you can get, and you never quite know. But yeah, it tended to be that and maybe the odd sprinkling of them every now and again for spice. But generally the main concentration was at that age. and it was yeah, it was a hard time, and that's a difficult time to get them as well because you're at school. You know, the last thing you want is to be constantly dropping out of class because you're ill with migraines, and I think a lot of the time teachers don't necessarily understand how bad they are if they haven't had them themselves. We were very fortunate. I think a lot of the teachers did, but not always know how to handle them, because you really don't want to be, I think, around people when you're having a migraine. And schools aren't the most private of places. Oh, yeah. You're making a corset and crying. Oh, Spark Dot. I'm so sorry. I wish you the very best. Corsets are like one of the more difficult things you can make. I am sorry. I'm sending you all of the best wishes in your channel making, and I hope that it goes well. A jelly on wheels with bag on wheels. Yeah, like one of the little carts you can get behind bikes. I'll just sit on that like, yeah. And then I'll hold onto the trolley like, wee. Looking over your left and a man is trying out every... No. Also, I draw me. Hi, also, did you do your stream yesterday? I hope it went well. How are you doing? You have some weird ideas. See me dead, you attract really weird people. All of those would actually upset me. I did see at one point there was like a trend online for people to try a scoop of ice cream then put it back, or like try a swig of milk and then put it back. And they upset me. Because I don't think that's a good trend to start. Because it's just a trend of wasting food. Because like as soon as an employee sees that, you know, they're gonna have to throw that food out, and then, you know, you could get some employee in trouble as well for like not catching you fast enough. I just think it's a really bad thing to start. You know, don't do that. You're putting extra stress on people that are already under stress. Don't do it, it's bad. I would get annoyed. If I saw somebody doing that, I'd be like, hey, stop it. It annoys me enough when I see somebody pick up a donut, to be honest, and just eat it and then be like, I ate a donut, can I pay for that? Because I'm like, can you just pay for it before you eat it? Like, the shop employees are always just there like, what is the process for this? I don't know what to do, and I don't like seeing shop employees panicky. Oh, you managed to trigger me without even seeing it. Oh, migraines during class were awful. Yeah, I feel like schools don't always have the best way of handling it, because again, I wasn't someone that struggled with it at school. I was very fortunate that I got it when I was older. So I didn't have to worry about it at that point. Like, I was living on my own, I could just go home. But yeah, they don't always have the capacity to deal with it or understanding. There just needs to be a little bit more awareness of how tricky it is, I suppose. And again, now this is, at the time, I didn't know. Now I know, and I'm like, oh lord, if I was at school, I would be flunking everything because I couldn't handle it. Stream went horrible. Oh no, nobody joined. I'm really sorry to hear that, I draw crap. To be fair, it's kind of like that when you start. I'm sorry, I fell asleep right after stream yesterday. We were just talking about this now because like yesterday after stream, I fell asleep and then immediately had a migraine. So I'm just like coming out of that now, which is why we're having migraine chat and going very slowly. Because yeah, that's the kind of day we're having. But yeah, it kind of is like that, I suppose, when you start streaming often. It's like, I remember my first stream, I think 1 or 2 people did jump in for a moment. I was like, oh, I got a person! And then I think it scared them off. I think it scared people away. Because I was like, oh, the person! And then they left. But, I mean, you can probably imagine that. But, yeah. I mean, I still enjoyed it because I got quite a bit done, I suppose. Like, the first 2 streams I did, I made a shirt, and I think I had a good time. I made a shirt. It was fun, and I got stuff done. And the second stream, yeah, I finished the shirt. I think that's probably one of my more technical streams. I think my most technical streams were like the first 2 streams I did. And then since then I'm like, whatever, I do whatever I want. But yeah, it's the first, I think, I want to say like first few weeks especially are really hard, especially if you're going to stream, especially because you want to talk to people, which I know everyone's reason for streaming is different. Everyone is different. But yeah, My streaming was I wanted to chat with people. I was just like, I think I was so desperate to talk to people that I was just like, oh no, chat with me, but I'm also shy. Yeah. Triggers: placing your order at McDonald's, asking for a buyer with chips, then receiving a fillet of fish sandwich. When going back to the counter, the manager looks at you as if to warn you having a bloody check for being a troublemaker, then go back and sit down eating a to be fair, I'm the kind of person that would just eat it and be like, an experience. Yeah, I'm allergic to fish. Why'd you give me fish? Do you want to kill me? Triggers: someone in my house finishing the milk, returning the empty container back in the fridge, eating prepared to eat cereal. To be fair, this hasn't happened to me since university, but that did happen. And I remember just side-eyeing people being like, you putting it back in the fridge? Is this what's happening today? You gonna put that back? No. Put in the bin. Oh my god. One person for about 10 seconds every 3 hours is how my streams went. Now I just watch them. Oh, great to dawn. Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, I had a couple people that I knew pop into my streams. So like friends from like years ago pop into my streams, which did help, I suppose, because it was like, hi, I know you, hello. So that was nice. I had a couple people that did pop in. I didn't want to pressure them to be like, join my stream so I have somebody to talk to, but like it was nice that they did pop in every now and again, so that was cool. But yeah, the first few weeks were tricky. I guess because I had two goals. So one of them was to chat with people and the other one was to be more productive, and streaming kept me on a schedule to actually sew stuff. So I was always content at the end of my streams. And also it did get the talking out of my system, which was important. It was very important that I got some talking out of my system, because goddamn do I talk. Oh, also positive check, thank you. The only triggers if it was the last bottle of milk. When I did the stream with my friend, one person came to say, and I quote, "You, that is bad stream," and continued for another 15 minutes. And no, stopped. One of the first things that somebody said in my stream was, show me your tits for £5. That was one of the first things. And at the point in time, it was one of my first streams, so I didn't even know how to like time someone out or ban anyone. So I was like, no, I'm sorry, this is a sewing stream. And they were like, you're right, £5 is too cheap. And they left and I never saw them again. That was one of the first comments. And I was like, I like it here. Here is a good place. Oh my god. I think it was $5 as well, so it wasn't even like in my currency. Like, come on now. I clearly have a British accent. Oh. I want to chat with people, but I'm also shy. Yeah, I don't think most people wouldn't assume that I'm necessarily shy, but like, I think because I'm not used to talking to a camera and like understanding how chat works, and when there's not people talking back, it's tricky, right? But now I'm a bit more used to it, because honestly, I could talk forever. And there are so many things that I'm like, I could honestly talk about that. I could honestly talk about that. I could honestly talk about that. I just keep talking. Like, if you don't talk back, I'll go. It's just I don't necessarily think people want me to talk about those things, but I'll talk about it. It's just like recording gameplay for some odd reason. If anyone wants to watch, that's just a bonus. I'm not great at interacting with chat. I like the idea of making highlights too. I just haven't got around to it. I think Lasso, that's kind of the same for me. To an extent, but like a little different. Like, I really like talking to people, don't get me wrong. Like, that's one of my favorites. But then the other half of it is that I really do like increasing my productivity. Because, yeah, I was struggling to... When I'm being productive, I feel like at the end of the day, even if like today, for instance, I'm not having the best day, but you know what I've done? I've cut out some parts from my cape. I feel like I've actually done something. And so I'll end the day feeling like, hey, I did something today. And that's a really, really nice feeling. Whereas before, I'd say like maybe this time last year, I really, really struggled knowing that like I had so many days where I just did absolutely nothing, and I was really struggling with that because I only work 2 days a week as well. Like there is 5 days a week where there's the potential for me to do something and I just often would not because I have like a migraine. And I think many people would say like, oh, you have a migraine, there's, you know, you could just take a day off, you could just not do anything. It's like, yeah, but then honestly, like there's 5 days of my week where I am a potato and I do nothing. And most of the time, my migraines are mild enough that I could do something, and it's like my head getting in the way of me doing anything. And having a camera on has really made it so that I am holding myself accountable to doing stuff, and that's been really good. So even if nobody talked, gets the talking out of my system, which is good. My productivity is up, so at the end of the stream, I feel genuinely happy having done something. And at the end of the week, I feel genuinely happy looking back and being like, wow, I did all that. I did all that. That was me. And then, yeah, if I get to talk to people, that's a really, really nice bonus. And especially because, again, the people in chat are genuinely quite lovely. Except for that one person that told me that my hits for £5. That was a welcome to Twitch. Oh dear. You talk, never noticed. Yeah. People drop in, you know, really helps. Also, for getting more people because you're already interacting with chat. Yeah, for sure. I think just having the talking going for... But then I don't want to be one of those people that's like, here's advice that you haven't asked for, because you know, no. But yeah, just talking. That was something that I think helped me. Oh, thank you for the 50 bits. That's very kind. Thank you. Spoop. When pushing your trolley down the aisle at the grocery store, you see that lazy guy who thinks they are above everyone else. Reach your cart, grab 3 items he needs. Reach your cart, then head to the checkout. Oh. No. Talking is what is potentially nobody... To what is potentially nobody is a skill. I'ma just do. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Drop... You would just do. Wait, streaming makes me practice, so I feel you on that. Yeah, I think, yeah, you know what? Seeing what you do, Winged, I'm like, I can honestly relate to that. We're doing different things, but I feel like it's that same thing where it's like, you hold yourself accountable more when there's a camera rolling. Because it's like, oh, someone could be here disappointed in me. They could also not be. I've never had viewers turned on, so also. That's always been quite important, right? I've never had viewers turned on, so I never know if there's anyone here. Because first of all, at the beginning, it made me too scared to know if there was anyone watching, and second, it would make me not know whether I should be talking or not if I knew if there was someone there. So I've never had viewers turned on, and yeah, that's helped. I prefer not having viewers turned on. I don't necessarily. I mean, there are definitely people that tell me sometimes. But, like, for me, I've always been like, I would rather not know. Like, there'll be people lurking, for sure, normally. But, like, then, you know, have a lovely look. And I'll talk to the people in chat. And sometimes I'll go off on a tangent and I'll be just basically talking to me. Apologies. I'm very easily distracted. Whee! There we go. Also, this fabric is beautiful and I love it. It's silky as well. I'm gonna do a stream again in a bit and hope that it goes well. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, hopefully, I hope that you enjoy yourself and that people aren't coming in and being rude. I mean, there will be, and I feel like a lot of the time there will be trolls in bigger streams, but bigger streams have a lot more mods and ways of getting rid of it. But, you know, I feel like quite often it's easier to target smaller streams. I think I got some of my more nasty comments when I was just starting out. Because I was an easier target, right? So I hope that, you know, at the very least, if it does happen to you, you ignore it. Because you don't deserve it, you're a sweet bean. Ignore rude people. You're a sweet bean. Oh. so I can have people in chat to talk while I draw. Ah, streaming. Finds a preemptive restraining order against C10. Oh my god. Is that because of all of them? But he says that they trigger him, so he doesn't like them either. Yeah, turning off viewers is a good idea in my opinion. I know a lot of people find that it motivates them, so it's different for everyone, obviously. There will be people that find when they see somebody pop into chat that it will really motivate them to like, oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. But for me, because I'm already quite a hyperactive person, not like super hyperactive, I definitely don't necessarily have like that sort of character, but like, I'm like reasonably hyperactive anyway. Also, look at this fabric. Do you see this? Look at it, it's like glossy oily. It's cute, I love it. Because I'm like reasonably hyperactive anyway, I don't want to know. It spooked me. Oh, also, I'm really sorry we don't have links in chat. There is a limit. I saw a guy once go to Instagram live while he was in the can with no shirt and he was opening up magic cards in between pushes. No! No. They hope a smaller streamer won't ban. That's why you have to accept it as a smaller streamer that you might be banning your only viewer in favour of building a good community. Yeah, the first person that I banned has been the hardest. I am obviously not going to say the situation, but that was the worst. The absolute worst. I felt guilty. I felt horrible. I felt like a rude person. I thought that I thought that I might like upset someone. And it was like a really difficult situation because I was like, am I doing a bad thing? Because they haven't sworn at me and they haven't done anything like that, but they have been kind of passive aggressive against viewers and it doesn't feel right. I feel like it should happen, but I'm just not sure and I'm new to this. And I ended up banning them because they had been like passive aggressive against other viewers, and it literally weighed on my mind for an entire week. I was there like, and they were the first person that, yeah. I also had to look up a YouTube tutorial on how to ban someone because I literally didn't know. And yeah, it proper upset me. Like I didn't know what to do. And like now, the sort of people that come into chat are not that kind of, I guess, troll. They're not that kind of person, but yeah, it was tricky, right? It was horrible, but yeah, I didn't enjoy it at all. I'm smiling, but like it legitimately made me uncomfortable to have to do that, and yeah, it's difficult. It's really difficult when you first start out and have to do stuff like that. So I'll have nothing on my ban hammer should the need ever arise. I'll suffer no fools. Yeah, and yeah, looking back, I don't think I handled it super well because I banned them and then I also gave them an explanation of why I banned them. Because I was like, I'm really sorry, but this is why I banned you. Because I was like, I didn't want it to be up in the air or anything. I didn't know what to do. So I was just like, oh no. But yeah, I mean, I don't regret it because it was the right thing to do. I maybe regret having done all of that stuff and being guilty about it for a week. That wasn't necessary. Oh, I know the feeling. I also felt horrible when banning the first person while modding for another streamer. Yeah, it's like, ooh. It's just a horrible feeling. Like you don't expect to feel like that, but then you do. And then since then, like the reason that I've been banning people has been more cut paste. Like, oh, you've been banned because you've like said slurs, or you've done really clear stuff to make you banned, or you're a bot. It's been very obvious. It's not like that, but that one was tricky. Or like you've said horrible stuff to another person in chat. Yeah, that'll do it. Or you've spammed links. That would be another one that we would ban you for. sometimes that could just be the granny in troll mode, just jealous her streams and not doing as well as yours. It could be that, but that was like when I first started. Like this was really early. I must have only been streaming for a couple weeks at this point, like really early, really early, and I hadn't really got a following. I was so new, and if anything, so just as like if someone is in your chat, right, and something positive happens to you, and as soon as something positive happens, there's someone in your chat getting hyper negative at you, and everyone else in your chat who's cheering you on, probably a bad thing. It's probably a bad thing. That's probably not a good person to be having in your chat, especially if they're specifically attacking people in your chat for being positive about the positive thing that's happening. Yeah. Yeah, that was a hard. Oh dear. Avocado, hi, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. Big waves. We're having a chill day today because I am kind of recovering from a migraine, so I'm going real slow. If anyone's wondering why I'm moving at literally a snail pace, here we are. I'm also going to possibly start cutting out some of the little diamond shapes, but I'm not sure. I'm having a chill stream, and I'm not sure. This is really nice and soft. They banned you for being a garbage person. Please be less of a garbage person in future. Thank you. Have a nice day. Yeah. It was written a bit nicer than that, but like, it was like, really sorry I banned you because we've had like a lot of complaints about you in chat, and like I had a little look at it, and honestly, like, it's actually true, and like you kind of have been doing all of this stuff, and I don't think that you should really be in chat doing this stuff, and I'm not gonna unban you, so you can stay in chat but you can't talk. Okay, goodbye. Oh dear. We don't ban garbage people here, otherwise Amelia would have to ban herself. I was in fact a trash garbage person. Oh, by the way, if I end up streaming, I'm going to be doing some art. Lovely stuff. Oh yeah, I can do, if anyone wants obviously a link to I Draw Crap, I can do, what do you call it? There we go. That way if anyone wants to find, is there. Oh, you were doing Among Us last time. Nice. She's just wearing the garbage. I wear it like a shield of garbage. Just having a little chill show in the background, so you got perfect vibes. Lovely. I actually need to find some paper so I can make a template for this. It's so soft. This is like really actually quite nice quality fur. It's not like perfect, but it's quite nice. It's much nicer than the stuff I had originally. You look at the thing as if it's the next thing you're gonna fall asleep on. I'm like, oh, yes. Goodbye everyone, this is now sleep stream. It's so nice. It's really nice. Oh my god. Right, okay, no, we need paper. Not falling asleep. What I need is paper. Oh, also, is anyone else doing like October drawing challenges? I'm doing an October drawing challenge. I've never done one before, but I'm doing a, not Inktober, but like whatchamacallit? It's like Inktober but done by a different person. So like it's done by another Twitch streamer actually. It's done by Chaos Illustrations, because I wanted to do one that was more focused on character design. And so I'm just ripping a page out of this book that's like got nothing on it. Yeah, I'm doing that. High quality fur is always worth it. I didn't even realise it was gonna be, but I did think it was quite expensive, and I was like, huh. I mean, it's okay. I don't need that much of it, so I'll spend some money. And it looks quite long, so I purchased it, and it's actually, yes, it's good. I expect that's why it was more expensive. Just give me the pencil. That's alright. No, it's just if anyone wanted to find a link easily, because it can be a little tricky to go through the name. But that'd be an easy link. Although I cannot click it because it will take me to Internet Explorer where I'm not logged into Twitch. Drop! We don't have drop, there's no leaf pile. You know, Winged, I was there for quite a while last night, and then I wasn't very well last night to be quite honest, but like I was there for quite a while. I didn't once hit that leaf pile and win. Not one time! I was dropping so many times and I didn't once hit the leaf pile. I think I think it knew that I was having a migraine and it was like, no leaves for you. Oh. Yeah. Hey, microphone. Yeah. Microphone. Twinings or black tea? PG tips. It's got milk in it and honey, and it's caffeinated. And now it's finished. Now I finished it. It's gone. Turtle, hi! How you doing? I hope you're having a good day. We're gonna draw a shape. So, I don't know if any of you have seen this before, but like, it's great. If you do... So sometimes you might make a wig out of fur, and if you just put fur on a wig cap, you're not gonna end up maybe with exactly what you want. Unless you want like a really short, close to the head wig cap with fur. And then yes, you'll probably get what you want. But if you do these shapes, like kind of like two little petals, one with an open top, and then one with a closed top, like that, what you get are these really big tufts of fur that you can then put on things. And I'm gonna fold this over so I get two even ones. And with that, I can basically make fur tufts that look kind of cartoony, but the metal collectors are outside, I'm sorry. We are plagued by large trucks these days. I assume it's because of lockdown, because nobody can go to them, but like, there are so many large trucks that come near us these days. But yeah, what you want is like a shape like this. And I've seen a few cosplayers do it recently, and I'm just blown away. They look so cool. So yeah, one of them has to have a curved top, and one of them kind of wants like a scoopy top. Like that. So you get a shape that's kind of like this. Although I might want it a little deeper on this side. There you go. And so it's kind of like, a bit high on this side. Take that down a bit. Go. Yeah. So it's kind of like, whew, 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 whew. And what you do is you cut this out of the foam. This bit is what will get attached to the cape, which is why you need to leave like a little bit there. But then the rest of it becomes like a big tuft of foam. Not foam, fur. Not foam. Yeah! Sounds lovely. We love watching jelly grow up big and strong. And grow up big and strong. The strongest of jellies. Take over the ocean. I dropped this. Oh my god! Crown, thank you. I don't have a crown right now. I don't actually have anything like particularly regal for my hair. I don't even have a tiara. But then if I did, I'd wear it all the time and I'd be like, ha 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 ha. No, I did like the anime laugh, like, oh ho 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 ho. Oh ho 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 ho. So it's probably a good thing that I don't have like a crown or anything. Because I think I'd get on people's nerves real quick. They'd be like, Jelly, can you stop? Can you stop doing the anime girl laugh? Oh ho 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 ho. Right. I might need to draw this on, I think, before I cut it out. Because I think if I just straight cut it out, I'm gonna be in trouble. Samia, hi! How are you doing? I'm having a good day. What did I walk into? You walked into, oh ho ho ho. Oh ho ho ho. Samia, we're gonna make some little fur tufts. But I'm not gonna make them today because I'll probably end up making them with hot glue. And the last thing you want to do when you have a migraine is use hot glue. Except my pen won't work. Oh, sorry, Mike. I think it's a crown from Fall Guys. Oh, is it? Oh, in that case, I probably don't deserve it. I've still never won in Fall Guys. Also, the pen isn't working, so I'm just gonna go and cut it. And I'll have to do one at a time. That's okay. I should probably get like a Sharpie at some point, something like really thick. But I don't have that right now. I don't know why I don't own any Sharpies. You'd think, right? But no. You would think, but no. I don't own. You have a fancy hat with wings! You do! That's basically a crown, I think. It's very impressive, at least. Right. Okay, so. We'll brush fur down. Fur, brush, brush, brush. I'm gonna make a mess. And then we want to use small scissors and cut close. Because I remember there's a Twitch person called Mask the Cat, and he makes fursuits, and I pop into his channel when I can. He does tend to stream a little bit later than I'm often awake, but that's okay. I pop into his channel when I can because he's very talented, and he also is lovely at answering questions to do with fur. And he said, I think Chi-Chi also said, small scissors is the answer to making less mess with fur. So I'm using small scissors. Maybe I watch too many Twitch. Too much even. Too much YouTube. I watch a lot of Twitch, but I say I listen to a lot of Twitch. I'm a listener. I would listen to it like podcast. And you want to get real close to keep the fur brush down, even though I don't really have a fur brush, so maybe that's an issue. But then cut really close to the back. I'm trying my best. I don't know if I'm doing it right, but I'm trying. I can kind of see what it feels like though, actually, because I don't feel like I'm cutting through a lot of the fur. It does feel like I'm specifically cutting through that back piece. So maybe I am doing it right, because it feels like I'm pulling away the fur. Okay, okay. And it is leaving me with a lot of this fur, so that's cool. This is a nice thing. You see so many talented people, and cosplay is such one of these things where you end up using like such a weird array of materials and random, but like I feel like you end up becoming like, what's it called? What's that saying? You end up basically like practicing a lot of skills but becoming the master of none of them. Yeah, because I'm definitely not a master of fur, but there are people like Chi-Chi who uses fur, and Mask who's very good at fur, and so I can go and ask them questions and get like genuinely really, really good answers about working with materials that I don't really know a whole lot about, because they work with them on Twitch a lot. And so that's cool. I like Twitch a lot for that. Okay, so there's probably some mess here. That bit's a bit long also. There we go. Okay. Oh, thank you. Yo ho ho is the first thing I heard when I opened the stream and I got spooked. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's a bit... Is it synthetic fur or real fur? It's synthetic. So this is synthetic fur. Yeah, that ended up still being really fluffy, although I have made a mess. It's got a lot of fluff still on it. And then if I take the back piece off, I'm not going to glue it today again because migraine, but those pieces will be glued together. Oh my god. We'll style it a bit so it's a bit more pointed. But yeah, and then I can attach this and that will be a fluffy point to add to the cloak. Because as you can see on Pumpkaboo, got fluffy points, so we're going to need a lot of these fluffy points to add on the cloak. And it's got this little piece there, I don't know how well you can see it, there, that hasn't got any fur on it, to make it nice and easy to stitch on. So I need lots of these, lots and lots of these. But it's okay, because I got lots and lots of fur, because this ended up being a huge piece. Also, I only actually ordered one of these, but Amazon has sent me two. So it's either this is half the size of the original one and they sent it in 2 pieces, or they sent me 2, and I'm not sure. Living the lurker life, heck yeah! Yes, I find that doing tiny snips means that you don't cut as many fibers of the fur, meaning less mess. Yeah. I mean, I've definitely got some mess, but it's like a lot less compared to some of my past projects where I feel like the whole of the sewing room just gets covered in fur. And it's kind of a nightmare as well, because the small Hoover doesn't pick it up, and the big Hoover only picks up some. Erin66, thank you for the follows. Very kind of you. Oh dear. A slight slur there. I'm not drunk. I just have a slight slur. I'm not drunk sewing. That's not good. I don't drink alcohols. None of the alcohols for this cosplayer. Doesn't go well with the microphone. Everyone keeps smacking the mic. It doesn't go well with the migraine meds that I take. Oh, right. Tiny, tiny snips again. I'm gonna have to change those alerts before. Oh, also, we got Ren Fair tomorrow. Oh my god, Ren Fair tomorrow. For those who weren't aware, tomorrow we got big stream, Ren Fair. Oh my god, oh my god. I got a cute outfit, cause I wanted to look like somebody who would be at a Renaissance fair. So I got like a Renaissance fair outfit. Not that I think you'll see a whole lot of it because it's like tiny screen, isn't it? But like, we got that, and we got like a cute setup for it, and we're gonna be making Renaissance booty shorts. I don't know how this happened, but this is what we're doing. We're making Renaissance booty shorts. It's a floof. Finally finished drawing those patterns. Well done. Well done. Honestly, Sparkdos, congratulations. For those who don't know, corsets are a beautiful nightmare. Because they are so many pieces. Deciding where the channels go. Yeah. Also, like, deciding how high you want them, if it's like an underbust, or an overbust to be quite honest. It's just kind of a nightmare. They're one of the more difficult challenges you can set yourself as a seamstress. And Sparkdos is making all of the progress. Big claps for Sparkdos. Nicely done. Are you sure? Captain Oz, hi! How you doing? And a horn! And there you go, I draw. I am sure that I am not drunk. I'm absolutely fine. Now to cut them out and hope for the best. Heck yeah, I believe in you. Booty shorts. Heck yeah. We're doing Renaissance booty shorts. I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna probably be quite a long stream as well. I think it's at least 4 hours is the slot that I've given myself. At least 4 hours for the Renaissance booty shots. So we got a while for these shots. I'm gonna have to find some appropriate music. Do they have like a... Oh, Serene, hi! Would you like a horn? Yeah, Turtle gets a horn. Yeah. Do they have appropriate music on here? It's all kind of hype. Rock, pop, happy, EDM, epic, ambient. See, none of those really feel like they'd be good for a Renaissance fair, so I'm gonna have to find some music. You're doing good, thanks. How about yourself? I'm okay, Captain. I am recovering from a migraine right now, so I'm a bit like wobbly, which is why we're not doing any sewing today. We're just cutting things out. But all things considered, I'm actually doing okay. I'm not 100%. There's still the mildest of pains in the noggin. And I'm a little bit like wobbly on my feet. And I didn't eat breakfast, which I'm sad. Because I was still feeling a bit like no to the smell of the sandwiches. Not that I'd eat sandwiches for breakfast, to be honest. I would have had toast. But no to the smell of sandwiches. So, yeah. I didn't have breakfast. Then again, I haven't felt hungry yet, so when I feel hungry, that's when I'll eat. I just had some, like, crackers. guess technically I did eat. You know what? Good job, me. Floof, floof, floof. So yeah, we're just doing some like lighter work, keeping it chill, not doing anything too intense. But I wanted to do something because otherwise I would have been sad. Is it a good idea to be using scissors then? Yeah, all of the scissors that I have here, they can't cut people. The only thing that can cut people is the knife, and I'm not using the knife. The X-Acto knife could cut people, but these scissors, like, no, not for people cutting. They're not sharp enough. These are very, very, very safe for me. So we're all good. The worst that could happen is some of the lines might not be quite as neat as I maybe would have wanted them, but for the fur and this, and like doing an outline seam, that's kind of fine. I've given myself work that will work with what I'm working with today. Which is Migraine Bane. Stop telling me to update! I don't want to update! I'm in the middle of a stream! Time for some bourbon. Like bourbon biscuits? Oh no, probably not bourbon biscuits. That doesn't make sense. Bourbon alcohol, yeah. I'm just saying, like, biscuit? Oh. Amelia's saying, so no sewing today, much better on the fingers. Instead we use scissors, much less risky. I don't use these for people cutting. I have knife reserved for that. Oh no, oh no. Oh dear, oh dear. So, out of context. Maybe sounds a little bit iffy. Look up Bardcore for Ren music. I hated myself, but it would fit. Bardcore! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh dear. Bardcore. Now that is a word. A word. Thank you, Nez. I will look that up. Bardcore. I was gonna have a little look because I still had Epidemic Sound. I might just have a little look on that. Because you could use that for a stream. That way I have a playlist of like copyright-free music again, but again, just because it's like, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be like 4 hours of booty short sewing for Renaissance Fair. Oh, Captain's looking for the host! It's very kind of you. Oh, I need to set up the exclamation marks as well. And I will need to change those alerts because they are still spooky alerts from yesterday. That's okay. You know what? Brain, you've done a good job today. Fine. You're fine. Oh. Well, what time is it as well? Okay, it's fine. Oh. Yeah, beep, beep, beep. Did I say human leak? I don't think so. I don't think so. But you know what? Your guess is as good as mine. I would have forgotten at this point. You know, it's been 2 seconds. I have no idea. I may have, perhaps. Yeah, I don't remember saying it, but something I might have said may have sounded similar. Whee! It's very satisfying pulling away the like chunks of not being used fur from the ones that I am, because they really do pull away nicely when you cut so close to the bit parts. Very, very nice. And these look really cute too. It's gonna be really nice. I think it's gonna take a little while to build it up on the cape because the cape does take up a reasonable surface area, especially the hood. Oh, I didn't cut out the extra piece of hood that I wanted to. I should probably do that before I forget. Okay, I'll cut this one out and then I'll go back and do the hood, because otherwise I don't know that I'll necessarily remember. Yeah, I don't think that I will. Also, this would probably be quicker if I had a Sharpie. One day I will own a Sharpie. I don't think I've ever owned Sharpies, you know. Not even in like secondary school. I don't think I owned Sharpies. I'd always just borrow someone else's. But it would be useful. not like they're that expensive. I'm just forgetful. I'll do like a shop of sewing stuff online and be like, oh yeah, I probably need thread, some more sewing machine needles, yeah. Do I need anything else? Nah. Whee! Alright, let's cut out that extra strip for the hood. The extra strip for the hood will go down the center, and then it just gives a little bit more space, because kind of what I don't want is for it to like tight fit around my head and make me look like an egg. I kind of want it to look more like it's loosely hanging over my head rather than like, that's not what I want. That's not good. Right, fur. You need to move to one side. Well, I cut an extra strip. And I also need to decide the length of this. Where's the hood pattern? There it is. And I should have this, which is measuring tape. So I know how long it needs to be. I have one Sharpie in the house, well, at least one Sharpie in the house at one point or another. Yeah, I've never really owned one. It's never been my priority, and I always forget when I'm doing, like my regular sewing order or like shop. It's normally not an order. Normally I would just go and buy it, but you know how it be at the moment. Because it'll be like the neutral threads that I get through much quicker, like white and black. Maybe like also sometimes a grey or like an off-white is quite useful as well, because a lot of my whites aren't exactly white. Okay, let's say about 68 centimeters for till the back of the hood. I think this strip here should be pretty good. And I only need... Okay, so this one... Oh, this is tricky actually. This is quite... Oops, sorry Mike. Okay. Actually, I could probably put a few of these to one side, because I don't actually need them right now. There we go. There needs to be a straight line. That's where it's going to be tricky, because I need it to be one long straight line, rather than it being curved or anything. Maybe if I go this way. Sorry, I keep smacking the mic, but that's because it's a big piece of fabric and I'm sorry. I have a lot of stuff on my desk. And this is a silky fabric, so it just wants to fall off constantly. Am I wearing a wig today, or did I actually change the colour of my hair? This is my hair, but it is going to change a little bit again. This isn't my hair's final form. So basically, I've got it really dark at the roots, and I've got it faded at the edges at the moment. And then I'm probably going to put some bubblegum pink into the end, so that it goes like red at the roots, pink at the end. That's kind of what I want. That is my aim. I have aims for my hair. This is my hair aim. Right, let's first of all actually do this then. Because this fabric is being annoying and falling off the desk constantly. So I probably have to cut out what I want from it so that it stops falling off the desk. Like, no! Stop this! Stay! Please! See? I don't know if you can see that, but it's just like, will not stay. Right. So I don't need it for anything else. I can afford to be a little bit messy, but okay. If you will not stop falling off the desk, you'll be treated like that. There we go. Okay. Right. And then what I need to do is fold it in half. And oops, sorry. I think I might need this needs to go in a bit because I keep smacking it. There we go. And then we can put some pins along it. Also, I'm doing it folded over so that I have it symmetrical on both sides. Go. Thank you, Captain! The pink cushion kind of looks like a donut. I get this a lot! It does kind of look like a donut, kind of thing with the pink underneath. You know what? If this stream doesn't make you slowly hungry, Am I even doing my job right? We talk about food so regularly. I think this stream just has to make people hungry now. Okay. Right, let's do it to about here then. Okay. Ooh. And then what we have to do is cut it so that it basically just adds an extra slip. We don't want so much at the base, but we do want it to expand slowly as it goes up so that the end receives quite a bit of extra fabric. Go. I'm kind of just doing it by eye. Since this isn't part of the original pattern anyway. Any extra fabric is a bonus for it, so. And then just cut that bit across there. There we go. That's basically just an extra strip now that can go down the back of the hood. And I'll cut that also out of the lining fabric. And hopefully that'll make it hang over my head to be just basically less like an egg. Simple stuff. I mean, if I don't need it, I don't need it, but I think that I will need it. Where is the other fabric one, by the way? Because I threw it away. There it is. Okay. Do I have enough of this one? Hope so. Because... oh dear. Maybe not. But I have enough of another fabric, I think. Luckily, I have a lot of random black fabric lying around. I'm gonna go live now. Good luck, I draw. I hope today goes better. I mean, hopefully, generally with streaming, it should just get hopefully better and better, but it does take a while at the beginning. So I hopefully today is a better day. I can only wish you the best. And if you get nasty people, please ignore them. They are looking to upset. So I hope that, yeah, that doesn't happen. It is annoying that obviously a lot of people do target smaller streamers to be rude to. But I guess because of my normal job, I'm kind of used to just receiving rude comments and people being weird, and compared to people literally yelling in my face, the stuff that you get over Twitch doesn't really... It's never really been more than something that's going to make me giggle. That's why I always want to know what the banned comments are, because I'm like, oh, what people saying about me this time? Let's go, because it doesn't actually really upset me. But again, like, I'm very fortunate to be in a position where, like, I'm not someone who is struggling with their mental health, and I also have worked many years in a job where I get comments on my body and just generally people being rude to me. So it's like, you know, I'm kind of cool with this on Twitch. I don't like it, but it also doesn't upset me. But then when I see people being new on Twitch and having all that horrible stuff, it's like, let's go. Let's fight. Oh dear. I need a needle cushion that looks like a macaroon. It's my favourite thing ever. Wait, avocado, that would be adorable. Have you considered making one? Because I feel like you could make that out of felt and it'd look really sweet and like really cute, and it wouldn't cost too much, and you could probably get like a felt packet and it'd have all the right colours and it'd have some good structural integrity and it'd be really, really cute. Or just normal cottons, honestly. Because yeah, like really cute pin cushions. Like you could definitely get them, but like on like Etsy, but they can be a little, I don't know, tricky to find specifics. Right, those are the two strips. that are going to go down the center. I need to make sure not to throw this away because it does kind of look like a random piece of fabric. I feel like this is a sort of random piece of fabric where I would just throw it away. No throwing this away, I need this. Okay. We'll keep this one around. Okay, there should be all the pieces for the hood now, as well as... Yeah, that's all the pieces for the capelet, I think, as well. We've got 2 back pieces, 4 front pieces. That sounds right. 2 seconds. I'm just... That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry. Like, why are there only 2 back pieces? But it's because I folded it over. That does make sense. I got my little fluffies. And like, I don't even think we'll need like necessarily a huge amount because these are gonna layer up real fast, I think. Congrats! You probably shouldn't be in my chat while you're live though. Because that's probably gonna slow down your well, I guess everyone's computer is different though, I guess. But if it was my computer, that would like destroy me. Like being in chat while live on anything other than OBS would be like, oh, we're going to explode today? Okay, I see. But then I guess some people have much better setups than I do. My setup is like completely janky. I remember taking a picture of it right near the beginning, like when I had my first, because it has changed a little bit. Also, like, look at that. But then, like, of course, you start laying it up and it's like, oh, so fluffy. They are going to need a little bit of styling so that they stay in points, but oh my god, it's so fluff. And they end up being, it's a bit difficult to see because they're black, but they do end up being really good points. Kind of like what Pumpkaboo has. I might end up making some smaller ones as well near the collar. I think that'd be cute. Layer up some big ones with some smaller ones. Yeah, that might be a good call. Do the big ones at the bottom and the big flooper. I don't know if you can see that because it's all black on black, but like, wait, oh, it's so cute. Ah, okay, sorry. I'm getting distracted because this looks really cute on my end. I think I might want some smaller ones near the top though. But I will need a lot of these because they're also gonna go on the hood. Maybe I should cut one out that's like half the size of this one. That'd probably be a good call. And have a look at layering that up. You know what? If I'm having a chiller day, probably not a bad call to do that sort of thing today because I can get that little like maybe menial task out the way. Let's do that. I could do it over this because this was originally part of the design that we were drawing out. Right, let's trace this because I probably want the end of the point to be the same. I just don't want the top to be the same. There we go. Okay, and then what I probably want to do then is... Oh, it's difficult actually. Oh, okay, so let's just move that to there. Oh, maybe that's too short. I don't know. It is shorter. Okay. Okay, we'll try this. And give that a go. I think that should do it. It's tricky. It's tricky to get it right. You're streaming on your tablet and you're streaming on your phone. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. I don't have anything to do that. That makes sense. I don't know how well my phone would handle these things, but basically I just use my laptop for most things. I'm like, ah yes, Bob can handle stream. Bob can handle watching stream. I'll just use Bob. Phone can handle WhatsApp. so I can speak to family. That's about it. I don't super trust phone to do too much else, but that's okay. Oh, and it can do Instagram. There we go. That's 2 things. Okay, that's a good smaller one. Yeah, you know what? I like the size. It's a fair amount different, but I still like it. Chiefy! Hi! We can have a horn. I hope you're having a good day. We are having a chill day. We're doing some slow stuff. Because it's migraine day. But that's okay. Yeah, I think this is a good smaller size. So I'm gonna put a big L and a big S. Not that I think I'm gonna forget, but it makes me feel happy. Like, oh my god. Labels. And then let's really quickly cut these out. Because now that I've done it like this, if I put them on backwards, it actually kind of lines up weirdly with this, which is nice, and I guess I use less fur this way? Cool. Oh, but actually, the fur's brushed the wrong way. No, the fur be brushed the wrong way. That's no good. So I can still do this, but I kind of have to go back a bit. Hey ho! It was a nice idea, but the fur would be backwards. I have to think about the material I'm using. Yo! Oh no, migraine day. It's okay. It happens. It's not too bad right now. It's there. So we're not doing any sewing, but we're doing lots of pinning and cutting things out because, yeah. We get stuff done. It's still important stuff. It's not all of the stuff that we maybe could have done, but it's still stuff that we would have had to do at some point. But just now, that point is today. So yeah. And that's okay. I'm hitting the mic. No! Also, I have done a lot on Animal Crossing recently. I feel genuinely happy. I've got like a lot of the items that I've been waiting a long time for. Still not a violin, but like a lot of the other items that I've been waiting a long time for. Shifty Blue very kindly gifted me a wall. So I have a wall now, which I can't even tell you how long I've been waiting for that. It's because I wanted to make banners for... I have a Comic-Con on my island. I wanted to make banners for that Comic-Con. I also wanted to make a banner for my museum. So I did that too. Now I have banners. And they look really cute. And it kind of feels like it finishes off my Comic-Con really well. There's still a few things, like I really want the tree standee. I really want the grass standee as well. For the photography area. So I'm waiting for those. I'd also still do want a violin. One day I shall have a violin. But it is not yet. But I'm pretty happy with my island at the moment. Like all of the areas have something in them. My Pirate Bay, I need to update on the dream actually. But I got some stuff for that recently. I got a treasure chest and some more. I made some barrels and that looks pretty good. So I found some stuff in my inventory that I already had that I could add to that, and that looks actually pretty good now. Because that for a good while has just been like this empty space. And it feels like finally that's coming together. I'm pretty happy with that. It's like the plan. Captain Oz, I need to hydrate? Okay. Yes, there's so many walls. Like time for me, gotta go shopping, have fun. Oh, thank you, Captain. In fact, hydrate. Around all of the fur. Thank you for the luck. Yeah. The walls I've enjoyed. I've used well and truly, I think, all of my, what should we call, like, drawing slots now. So I have none of those drawing slots anymore. Which is a shame, because I really would like a few more, because I'd like to make more banners. I'd like to make a banner for my arts and craft area, and I'd like to make a banner maybe for, what do you call it, the Pirate Bay-ish area, but I really don't have any space for any of that. And it'd be like that sometimes where it's like, you know, I feel like a lot of people have the same issue with Animal Crossing, where it's like, you want to make banners for everything, but you can't because there's not enough space. Also, that's cute, yeah. I like the smaller ones at the top. Okay, cool. That's a good size. There we go. Oh, so far no one on stream. I mean, I draw. It is kind of like that when you first start streaming. It does take a while because you kind of build a community, and it's difficult to explain. And I don't want to sound like I'm being like, oh, this is the only way to do it, because it's not. There's so many ways you can get into streaming, but I guess because you kind of build a community from the ground up, it takes a really long time. It's a slow commitment-based thing, I suppose. And I mean, I guess if you enjoy it will be worth it. And I hope that you do enjoy it, because obviously, like I said, there is no joke there. It is difficult the first few weeks, especially if you are someone similar to me who likes chatting, because it feels like that element won't be there. But if you enjoy what you're doing, like I've seen your drawings before and they are really good. If you're someone who enjoys drawing, hopefully that element is still there for you, where you can at least enjoy what you're doing. Crafty Heli Minimal, hi! I hope you're doing well. I know, but literally no one joins. I don't want to be someone who just gives advice when it's not been asked for. I mean, I can, but I don't want to do that, because it feels rude when it's like, well, here's lots of advice that you haven't asked for, yada 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 yada, and I don't want to be one of those people. But you've got this. But yeah, a lot of it is just slow and taking time and hopefully enjoying what you're doing. And I guess planning streams that you'll also enjoy if nobody turns up, because I mean, today, having had a migraine, like, if nobody had turned up to this stream, if it had been completely dead, first of all, I wouldn't know, because I don't have viewers turned on. So I wouldn't know, I just know that nobody was chatting. But I would still have had things to talk about, because I would have talked about migraines, I would have talked about what I was making, which always helps. From the very beginning, that's always been something that I'd like to talk about, the stuff that I'm making. And there was a couple other things that I might have ended up talking about today, which I haven't got around to, but those would have been things that I would have talked about. And yeah, just getting stuff that I want to chat about out of my system. I mean, when you have people talking in chat, it definitely gives you that sort of encouragement, because they lead you in a direction sometimes more than you lead them in a direction. That's nice. But I often will come into streams with an idea of what I want to talk about, so that if people aren't talking, I'm like, well, I am. Here we go. My community so far is about 2 people. I've only streamed 3 times so far, though. Granted, I stream games and mainly watch crafters, so the people I watch aren't always up for watching me back. Oh well. I mean, this, I guess, would be the other thing is, and I don't want to feel like I'm being horrible and just giving advice where it's not necessarily been asked for. I am in a position where a lot of the people that I watch are also crafters. So it's like, well, I watch you and maybe, like, you know, I end up raiding because you're a crafter, right? So it's, you build kind of that community. I feel like raiding and hosting and chatting and talking to other crafters is a really nice way, because you talk to people in their community and they might be interested in joining your community. But they also might not be. It depends, because it's like, well, are you in the same community? And sometimes you'll find people that you really like and, you know, become really chill with outside of your community. Like, for instance, he popped into chat quite a few times, but like Lord Between Worlds, definitely not necessarily a crafting streamer, but really, really chill. Had very similar vibes to our stream, and I was always really happy to raid them when they were live. And they don't stream right now. They're on a break at the moment. But I was always happy to raid them when they were live, because I knew that they had very chill vibes like our stream. But, you know, most of the time we will raid another crafting stream if possible, because it continues the sort of themes that our stream does. And also means, like, I get to meet other crafting streamers too, which is nice. Yeah. Yeah. It's good. Oh! Jelly! Oh my god, it's another jelly! Jelly Dots! Hi, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day. I hope you can also put up with me not speaking today. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for the host. Also, fair warning, I forgot to change the alerts. Again, to anyone who's joined recently, I've forgotten to change the alerts. We still have the spooky alerts on from yesterday. I'm so sorry. And I was like, I could change them, but nah. Spooky alerts it is. You crafters have your own clicky Twitch teams as well. I know at least body painters do such discrimination. Yeah, I've kind of made it a thing to not join a team. I didn't want to join a team, and I haven't, because I don't really see... Is it bad? I don't see a benefit to joining a team. And nothing against people that have joined teams. Like, honestly, nothing against it. I'm sure everyone in your team is lovely, and I'm sure everyone is sweet and kind, and you will get along really well, and it's lovely. But I like the freedom of not being in a team. I like to be free! and raid whoever I like, and host whoever I like, and watch whoever I like. And also, I'm really bad at multitasking watching streams, and if there was multiple people from a team in, I don't think I could watch all of them, and I couldn't do that, and so I just don't join teams. Dear. Oh no, connection dropped right after you hosted. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But thank you for the host. You know what? I love seeing your name. I love seeing extra jelly. We are always ready for jelly. For this jelly. Oh no. Oh. I'm trying to get 4 girls in a stream team. I wanted it each to do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That'd be awesome. Aww. Yeah, I see a lot of stream teams and stuff like that, and I know people have talked about it before, but like, and like, it's very kind. It's very, very kind. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want it to be like this calling out anyone. Like, it's not. It's very, very kind. I'm just not someone who personally is probably going to be very interested, at least for a good while. Because I don't know, I like freedom. I like being free to go where I please and do what I want, and I don't want to be tied to any particular team, even if they're probably all lovely people, but I love the freedom of not being in a team. And yeah, I don't know. Again, it's nothing against any of the people in them. They are probably, again, actually I know some of them are lovely. It's just, nah, not for me. Fellow Jello hype. Oh my god, that's a good one. The fellow Jello hype. I hope you're having a good day. Never have too much Jello, absolutely not. Yeah. I know a lot of people are very into it. This is an interesting dynamic though, to be fair. Definitely an interesting one. Sorry, there is another truck outside. As soon as it's there, I'm like, ah, the loud noises. I hear them. Fellow Jello. That'd be a cute emote, to be fair. We don't have any emote slots anymore, though. I have to become a, what's it called? I can't think of the word. All I can think of is that I have to become a streamer to get an emote. That's not what it is. Ah! I have to become the next step up from affiliate. A streamer. Can't remember what it's called. Affiliate! No, partner! I need to become a partner. I need to become a partner to get the next emote, I believe. Except for the bits ones, which technically I could use, but I don't want to use any past the 1,000 because the only reason I did the 1,000 was because somebody had it and I was like, oh, I should probably do it because I don't want someone to feel like they're missing out on an emote. But, yeah, not, yeah, you got it minimal. It's partner. I just forgot the word. I knew what it was. I forgot. It's partner. I think to get like the more consistent ones for like tier 1 and stuff like that. Because that's probably going to be the next, if I did get more emotes on the channel, that's what I would want it to go in at, would be at tier 1. I don't really want, yeah, you get me, But Fellow Jello would be an adorable one. Oh, Fellow Jello. Everyone would be Fellow Jello. Also, it reminds me of that song. Like, they call me Fellow Jello. That's not the lyrics, but I would change the lyrics. Tag, hi, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day. You can add emotes by BBTV. 10 can be added without any cost. Oh, fair enough. Okay. Oh, you just posted something in cosplay, it's work in progress. Nice. I shall have a check on that when I have finished the stream. Although maybe not immediately. I'm sorry if I'm a little bit slow today. But I will check on that later in the day. For sure. Boop, 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 boop. I'm excited to see what it is that people are working on though. It's honestly so nice to see people still working on cosplays. It makes me genuinely very, very happy. And everyone's gonna have so many cosplays like stored up for when we go back to cons and everything like that. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be like, ha ha ha, we are ready. Cons, you're not ready for us, but we are in fact ready for you. Yeah, so I have been up Twitch TV, I think. I think I got that right when I started streaming, so I should be set up for that. So many possibilities. The wave emote would be hello Jello. Hello Jello. So I think I'm gonna start wrapping it up for the day. I know it's not been a very, very long stream. I'm having a lovely time. It's just, I don't know if you can start to notice, I am starting to struggle. Like, I'm having a lovely time, but it is starting to hit me a little bit. I think maybe it's probably because the pain medication I took for the migraine is starting to wear off just a little bit. And I'm not ready to take any more just yet, but I think pretty soon I would be looking to take more. And with that being the case, it's like, probably should head off, get some rest in, just to make sure that I don't have a second hit of migraine. I mean, I'm doing fine. Again, like, I wouldn't be here speaking to you if I was having a really, really bad one. Just putting it out there. I wouldn't, because that's not how it be. But I'm not having a wonderful time. And you know what? When I'm streaming, I want to be having a wonderful time. And it started to get tricky. So I think I'm gonna leave it there if that's okay. I'm sorry everyone that it's been a shorter stream, but tomorrow is going to be a really, really big stream. So, to those who don't know, tomorrow we have the Ren Fair stream, where we have, it's probably our first big stream of the season. October. And we are dressing up in Ren Fair garb. We are doing the Renaissance booty shorts on stream. It's going to be a slightly longer stream, and it's going to be really fun. We've got like a whole stream set up. We've got like the outfit, we've got the background for it, which you can't see, but it is back there. We got basically everything. We're gonna have like exclamation marks in chat. We're gonna have the music. It's gonna be set up, and we're gonna be raiding someone who's then gonna continue this stream, like the Ren Fair stream, and that is gonna be continuing throughout the whole weekend. If you were awake for the whole weekend, you could technically watch a whole weekend of Ren Fair. So yes, that is happening. It is really exciting. I'm super hyped for the stream tomorrow. I think it's gonna be really good. I think it's gonna be one of the most exciting streams I've done so far. So I'm very excited, especially as far because it is sewing as well, which is like my passion. So yes, 'tis the season. Have a good one. Oh, thank you, Minimal Jelly Seeds. Thank you for the stream. Also, is stream ended? It is ending. You just finished the studying. I'm so sorry. We're gonna be raiding another crafty streamer because that's how we do, and we love Black Apple, so we're gonna be raiding Black Apple. For those who don't know Black Apple, I'm gonna smack my mic. She's a lovely crafty streamer who does incredible work, deserves a lot of love, so that's what we're gonna be doing, sending you all to somebody else who does crafts and who isn't probably having a migraine, so expect some maybe positive vibes there. And yes, so tomorrow, Ren Fair stream, I will of course be putting out that. I do want to like take a picture of me in the outfit, so I might put that on Twitter later because I want to use the hashtag too. So yes, we got hype for tomorrow. Came in at the end, Baze, welcome in at the end. We're just going to raid Black Apple, so we're going to send her lots of love. Also, for those who need a raid call, there is a raid call. Well, we got a jelly raid. And for those who don't sub, no, that's the one for those who don't sub. For those who do sub, there's a sub one. But yeah, thank you everybody who did turn up, and I shall be back tomorrow with a really big stream, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care!
I tried this method, it didn't